The demon! I can't take it. No, please, no!
Ginger? Ginger? Are you okay? Look at me! Look at me!
The demon!
Lena had always been drawn to old things. When she found the mirror at a flea market, she felt an unexplainable pull toward it. The frame was made of aged black wood, carved with strange symbols, and the glass had a warped, liquid-like shimmer. Ethan wrinkled his nose when he saw it. "That thing's creepy as hell, Lena. You sure you want it in your room?" Lena laughed. "It's just a mirror. Stop being so dramatic." That night she set it against the wall, opposite her bed. As she lay down, she glanced at it. Her reflection stood perfectly still, even though she had already turned away. She sat up quickly, heart pounding. The reflection moved a second later, mirroring her delayed. Her breath hitched. Maybe she was imagining things. Maybe it was just an old, imperfect mirror. Maybe. The following nights were worse. The reflection felt wrong. It blinked when she hadn't. It tilted its head too slowly, watching her. One night, as she was brushing her hair, her reflection grinned. She wasn't smiling. Her stomach lurched. She turned off the light and left the room. Lena called Ethan. "I think my mirror's broken," she said, her voice shaking. Ethan arrived within the hour. "All right," he said, stepping up to the mirror. "Let's prove it's just your imagination." He pressed his hand against the glass. His reflection did the same, except for a fraction of a second, its fingers curled before his did. Ethan yanked his hand back. Lena whispered, "You saw that, right?" Ethan exhaled. "Okay, yeah, that was weird." He grabbed a red marker and drew a small dot on the glass. "If this moves, we'll know something's up." That night, Lena dreamed she was trapped inside the mirror. Her reflection stood outside, staring in at her with a wicked grin. It placed a hand against the glass and whispered, "Almost time." She woke up screaming. Ethan bolted upright from the couch. "What happened?" Lena pointed at the mirror. The red dot was gone. Ethan's face paled. No way, that's not possible." Then they heard it, soft rhythmic tapping from the mirror. Tap, tap, tap. Lena's breath hitched. Slowly she turned toward the glass. Her reflection wasn't copying her anymore. It was grinning, eyes black pits, its fingers tapping against the inside of the mirror like it was trying to get out. Then it whispered, "Let me in." Ethan grabbed Lena's wrist. "We're getting rid of this thing, now." They turned to leave, but then came the sound of shattering glass. They spun around. The mirror was broken, but there was no reflection, no shards. Just a gaping black void where the mirror had been. Then something stepped out. It had Lena's shape but was wrong. Its limbs were too long, its fingers twisted. Its face was hers but stretched into an inhuman grin. Ethan yanked Lena back. "Run!" They sprinted for the door, but suddenly the lights flickered off. Darkness swallowed them. Then Lena heard Ethan scream. A horrible, wet, crunching sound echoed in the blackness. Then silence. The lights flickered back on. Ethan was gone. Blood smeared the floor. The black void in the mirror was closing. A whisper brushed against her ear. "Almost time, Lena." Then her reflection appeared again, except she wasn't in the mirror anymore. She was trapped on the other side. The other Lena stood in her room, staring at her trapped reflection, her lips curling into a smile. She lifted a hand and waved. Then she turned away, stepping into Lena's life as if she had always belonged. Lena screamed, banging against the glass. But no one could hear her. The mirror had taken her, and no one would ever know.